So, if your digital SAT testing date is close, don't let it psych you out. Just think about digital SAT as a game, and you're going back in to try to improve your scoring at a high score, or a perfect score even. The best way to overcome nervousness is to become confident in your testing abilities by practicing. You should know how much time you'll finish with, how much time you can spend on each question, and each level of difficulty of a question, and if you'll be able to answer the most difficult questions and review your test. From there, just know the game plan and stick with it. Like, just know which topics you can do, which topics you're just gonna skip and leave to the end, and whether you're gonna be able to review your questions at the end. All those different things, just have it in your mind beforehand so you're not just making decisions on the fly. Time yourself. Really understand how long 35 minutes is, okay? And this is all part of test setup, okay? And second, you should get good sleep the night before the exam. And you shouldn't sleep 24 hours. You shouldn't sleep way more than you're used to. Or you shouldn't cram the night before, okay? All of those are just going to make you more tired, less able to think properly. You should get however much sleep you would get on a school night, assuming you don't have any homework or anything else to check. Okay, how much sleep you would get on a weekend, okay? Because, yeah, okay? The day of the exam, you should get a balanced breakfast with a good amount of fats, proteins, and carbs, but opt for foods with a lower glycemic index to avoid a sugar crash. And you could just look that up and just see what I mean by that. If you're used to it, you could also grab some caffeine, but if you're not used to it or it makes you need to go to the bathroom too much, probably don't. I don't think that's a good idea when you're taking a test. And you should review digital SAT vocabulary, practice questions, and any topics that you're iffy about the morning of the exam to just get it all in your brain and ensure that you just remember it. Make sure to come to the test center a little bit early or at the earlier side of the arrival window. Like I'd say like 10 to 20 minutes before the end. Additionally, make sure that you have acceptable ID and you have your admissions ticket ready. You can learn more about these in the email that College Board sends out to you once you sign up for the digital SAT. And if you're taking digital SAT on your personal laptop or tablet, make sure to bring it, have it charged the night before, and bring a charging cable to the room just in case, even if it's 100%, okay? You can bring smart devices or your cell phone, but don't be surprised when you're told to put it away before the exam. Also, bring a calculator the day of the exam if you like a certain calculator better than the one on Desmos, and make sure that it's charged the week before the exam and fully charged. Some proctors will allow you to bring food into a testing room, so you could bring something to make sure that you don't get hungry. But remember, opt for things with a lower glycemic index. You don't want to be taking a nap during the test. Make sure that you will be comfortable during the test. Okay, just make sure the lighting is right in your seat. It's not shining in your eyes. You're not blind. You're not in a cave. You know, you're able to see your surroundings. And if it's not, just ask to be moved. Most proctors will be accommodating. And this is important also. You should come to the testing room with a t-shirt and above that a hoodie or sweater so that if the room is cold, you are warm enough, and if you're too hot, you can be cool enough. You may think, oh, it's summer or oh, it's winter, but some buildings, they're just weird. So you should just always be ready for that. Follow all the rules from College Board and download Bluebook before the exam. And if you have any issues in setting anything up, don't be afraid to call tech support. Remember, try to answer every question that you think you can get right. And remember, you're not penalized for guessing, and just use additional time to check through your answer choices, ideally on the more difficult questions or questions that you're unsure about. And remember, just try your best and make sure that your testing conditions are optimal. Do what you can in the moment, and if you feel like the testing conditions were unfair, you can report to testing facility afterwards, and hopefully I'm not gonna say that it can be fixed for you, but at least in the future if you decide to retake the SAT, and for other students it's really gonna help them a lot. All right, guys, I hope you learned a lot from this part, and next we're going to be going into the digital SAT reading and writing section, and I hope you guys stay tuned.